sore. Alright, I mean, yesterday I was doing some hand cleans and some deadlift. Woo! Alright. Yeah. Alright, so this is going to be Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, episode 21. Of course, that link is going to be in the description box below on Crunchyroll.com. And of course, if you cannot view it due to region issues and so on and so forth, then simply go on Google, Bing, Yahoo, and type in Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, episode 21. That is 2-1, and you will find it, I guarantee you. Now, that being said, this one right here has a lot of good things going for it. And there's only one thing that I find to be very bothersome, was it felt kind of forced, the flashback of Koha. How we see how his Jin, Laraj, I think her name is, and how the subordinates that he has, how they see him. And how even though the world will accept someone like Cohen as like their leader, when it comes to someone like Koha, his subordinates will always see him as their master. And I guess in a way, it's kind of like him being like the king of the shadows, Pegasus, but it just felt kind of forced. The placing of the flashback, I just thought was very awkward. I'll be very honest about that. It was overall good. It was good insight on the character and the character subordinates, mainly them, and how he has gathered people who are, in a sense, outcast to join his section of the army and his squadron, whatever you want to call it, and how apparently his mom went insane, and in that sense he takes over, or he has some attributes of his mother. At least that's what the normal people in the Co-Empire think about him. And it's kind of true, because whenever there's blood, he gets all like hard on, and he's like, yeah, blood, woohoo! And he's far from normal, alright? He loves seeing that kind of stuff, the gore, and the blood, and the death, and the despair. But, I mean, it's surprising that this guy is actually within the Great White Flow. He actually still has the normal White Rook, despite his mentality. I mean, you would think that he'd be more along the lines of Judar and current Hakuryu, but no, he's not. And it's probably because he has his two older brothers, Koen and Kome. So, because they keep him in line. And he even says, like, you know, since I have my bros, you know, they're there to support me. Now, that's the only negative in my personal opinion. Again, the flashback of Koha and his subordinates and the Jin, it feels somewhat kind of forced. Because they were in the middle of one crazy battle, in which Mogame is a massively hardcore dude. I mean, oh man, like the episode starts off and you're like, no dude, no way. Because he goes down there, and the people of the lower levels, they're begging him, like, please, like, take no more Magoi, like, we're dying over here. And basically, I think one kid touches him, and he just smacks the kid away, like, no, get out of here. I only care about magicians. I don't give a damn about you, goy. And everyone's shocked, like, no, Mogame-san, why, nani. And so everyone's, you know, they're in despair because their leader just revealed that he sees the Goi, them, as pieces of trash, as insects, as individuals who are not human. And he realized what he said too. But he didn't have time to lament. He just flew down to the bottom of the pit. And we find out a few things. Well, first of all, like there was a nice transition between his past notions and his current notions, and how his past notions he wanted to protect everyone, and his current notion only the magicians. So we go down there, right? And this was so hardcore. You gotta admit, man, this was massively hardcore. I'm like, yo, this dude doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn. He has prisoners and like condemned criminals and certain individuals. They're in this room, and basically they're like in these bubbles, and he forces depravity upon them. So they're gathering like massive amounts of black rook, massive. And then he says, and then we see these 3 jinn, and then he says, so it's that time, huh? In order to control the black rook, I must fall into depravity. So he's willingly falling into depravity. Then he says, after this is all done, this body will shrivel, it will turn black, and it will die. And the rook will probably wander for all eternity with this grudge still intact, the black rook. But it must be done. And I'm like, yo, that's insane. I mean, picture this. If, you know, hypothetically, alright, there actually existed a heaven and a hell, he is willingly going to hell to gain power to defeat his enemies now. This is some massive hardcore stuff right here, okay? He has no qualms wandering all eternity as a mass of black rook and continue for all eternity, to continue to bear his hatred against the Goy. And he's doing so just so he can save the magicians now. Oh, Mogamet, man. Mogamet is massively hardcore. Does he deserve respect? Not command. Does he deserve respect? In an odd way, yes he does. In a lot of ways, no, because again, it's Black Rook, and he's, you know, manipulating Black Rook, and he is manipulating these prisoners, these condemned guys, even though they're gonna see death anyway. The thing about it is that they probably would have, these guys, these condemned criminals and prisoners and so on and so forth, even if they did get executed, they probably would have went back to the Great White Flow. But Mogamet fucked them for all eternity. He literally screwed these guys for all eternity to where, okay, so you're gonna die, but I'm gonna use you as an experiment to gather massive amounts of Black Rook, to the point where we see like Black Jinn level 2s, where after we have Koha do his thing against the Jinn, and by the way, you know, very nice, though he only did for like a few seconds. I mean, he cut them into pieces, then did extreme magic, which was pretty damn nice. He was like, he brings down the hammer, and it's like a gravity like circle that, like, you know, the gravity was so powerful it literally just crushed the Jinn where they were. So this guy was quick. But then the Rook of those Jinn returns back to Mogamet, and in come reinforcements, and we see like these level 2 Black Jinn, and they are freakish and disgusting. They have like the whole like 3-eye thing going on, Tien Shinhans, and they have like 4 arms, and they're just, no, like you could tell by the way they look. They just look so, the word isn't demonic, but they're evil, and then you can just clearly tell like they're evil. That's just obvious. I mean, because I want to find a word for it, but there's no real word to describe what I'm actually viewing here, because it's just like these dark Rook. I mean, these dark Jinn are on a whole new level. Like, there's far more malice within them, and Aladdin made note of that. So that was also very nice to see. And then, of course, Alibaba comes in there with his new Jinn equip, looking real good, man. Looking real good. This guy is blitzing in a stream of fire, cutting up Jinns. He actually takes his Amon sword, the big one, and he brings it back to the regular sword that he always has, and he just thrusts in like a wave of fire, and he incinerates 2 Jinn on the spot. So clearly, leagues better than he was before, worlds better. A Jinn equip makes, you know, a lot of difference. Now, he was gonna do extreme magic, and he got fucked over by, of course, Cohen, because Cohen and the boys, they're coming in there looking like straight G's. Especially like that one big dragon dude. I think his name is Ensure or something like that, man. I forgot his name, but he's the massive, huge dragon guy. He's just walking like, yeah. And he has like these 3 other boys with him. And he's like, yeah, if our friends can't do it, then we're gonna do it. And even though Alibaba was looking real nice, looking real fierce when it came to him being the Jinn, and again, mad props to him, because you can clearly see that he's actually grown combat-wise. It's phenomenal. He gets fucked over, man. He gets fucked over by Cohen. So the spotlight was taken, and he's like looking around like, wait, what? Huh? Like, yo, man, you can clearly see that. I mean, it's a shame. It really is. It's a shame, but it's Cohen, bro. Like, this is the same guy who's always compared to Sinbad, all right, to Badara. So, I mean, I am Amon, but I'm sorry, dude. It's Cohen, bro. It is what it is. Maybe next time. But what I can say though is, I remember reading the manga, all right, and I'm not trying to make like, well, let me put it like this. There was one scene in particular where after he does his thrust of the fire, and like we see Alibaba, he stands up. Now you see the same scene in the anime where he has his actual like sword, and it's like the condensed Amon Jin equipped sword, and he's all stanced up like this. In the anime, it looked okay. It wasn't that bad, but the animation overall was actually pretty damn good. But in the manga, it was epic. In the manga, I remember this, man. Like, you need you guys. If you guys don't read the manga, I forgot what page it was. I forgot what chapter it was. All right, but you got to go and find it, right, man? It was like this dude was stanced up, and then when he was posed up like this, there was like a figure of Amon like right next to him. And he's like scratching his beard, like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go find it, right? I think, you know, let me put it right here. You see that? That's epic, bro. That's epic, man. I pray to God that this shit doesn't get taken down. No, I have the crowns going on, so we should be okay. But the thing about it is that, actually, no, I'll flip it too, just in case. But still, the thing about it is that it looks awesome. He has the scratching of the beard, and he looks like straight up royalty. So I'm not trying to knock on the anime, because it did look good in the anime, but it clearly looks superior in the manga. That's my personal opinion. I wanted to throw it out there. Now, the overall rating for the episode, I thought it was a great episode. Great to great plus. No, fuck that. Amazing. This was an amazing episode. I just jumped great. Fuck it. This was an amazing episode of Magi. Truth be told. First of all, Alibaba. Props to him. Alright? Alibaba, the, okay, hold on. Alibaba, the level 2 Black Jinn, Mogamet. Oh my god, I just can't believe it. That is a choice I would never make. I don't care if it was like my brother, I don't care if it was my father, no offense, I love them. My mom, but no, it ain't happening. I'm not gonna spend all eternity in, no, dude, in Dark Rook with grudges that will never subside for eternity. I can't do it. But this guy has massive balls, alright? That's why he always wears a robe. If he wears a jean, his balls can't fit in that shit. Are you serious? He has huge nuts. Like, they're like cantaloupes, like honeydews. Like, whoa. This guy's insane, man. I love this dude. And then, of course, there is the Kohen stuff, the Koha stuff, which is very good. The Koha flashback is the only negative point. And that's why I'm not going to give it a yo. That's the only bad part, in my personal opinion. Just the Koa flashback. Because it just seemed very awkward. It did. It was awkwardly placed. Even in the manga, it seemed awkwardly placed. But it is what it is. So, I'm done. King Lightning. The rating is going to be amazing. It was well paced, well animated. One negative. And I will see you guys later. Be sure, of course, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day. Huge honeydew nuts. That's what this dude's rocking. For life. He gets respect, alright? Even though what he's doing is messed up, he does get respect.